Hello everyone, I'm Anaria and today I'm just going to be jumping in and playing some SWTOR Dailies and just having a little bit of a chat about the recent developer livestream that screened on Twitch today. There was a lot of cool previews, a really cool trailer, some hints about some of the upcoming content and things to look forward to. So I'm just going to jump into some dailies. I'm just going to start off with a couple of fun, easy ones. I'm going to go to Ziost, I think. So some of the really cool sneak peeks for the new content that's coming in December. They didn't give us a date, but December is not too far away, so don't have to wait too long. There's a really cool trailer teasing some returning characters and whether they are like permanently back or some sort of dreamscape, some sort of flashback. We've yet to see, but we saw Torian, which I thought was interesting because depending on how you played the chapters, he may or may not be with you. And we saw Valen, Valkorian. We also saw Arkin and Senya, which again may or may not be with you depending on how you played the characters. So I'm really excited to see where this is going for the next content release. The live stream also included some really cool interviews, pre-recorded interviews with 3 SWTOR voice actors, and that was particularly exciting to see Kari Walgreen because she voices the female Jedi Knight, who is my main character as I am playing Anaria, my Jedi Sentinel at the moment. So I hear her voice like every day. So it was really fun getting to see them. I really wish that more of the SWTOR voice actors came up to the celebration conventions. That's basically my main chance to travel to the US and get to enjoy SWTOR content with the wider player base in person. I've gone to a couple of cantinas, but it would be really fun to get to go to one with some of the more voice actors there. And hopefully, fingers crossed, Anaheim 2020, there will be another SWTOR Cantina with a few of the voice actors in attendance, because that'll be really cool. Those are always so much fun to attend. We saw a little snip of what looks like a new Wampa mini pet for Life Day. I'm always a big fan of Life Day. I think it's a super fun event. As you can see, I keep my Life Day snowball bombs and my Life Day tinsel bombs and my Life Day snowball cannon on my quick bar at all times. I just can't help it. I tend to throw them at my family members when we're playing together a lot. And of course I've got my new Feast of Prosperity food launcher to add to that mix, so I'm looking forward to the Life Day event. I'm not sure when that event is going to be starting, but I can't wait. And they've also teased some new 9th anniversary rewards. I cannot believe it's been nearly 9 years already, and they hinted at some, you know, they've obviously been working on something for the 10th anniversary next year, but up until now they're keeping a tight lid on that, keeping us teased, so we don't quite know what that will be. They said they'll let us know next year what that might be, and I'm sure in the meanwhile the players are going to be getting to do some fun things in game and hopefully some real world fun things as well to sort of celebrate that momentous occasion. I have been playing since the beta. I was a big fan of the original KOTOR Knights of the Old Republic games, so of course I was going to jump into the SWTOR beta, and I've been hooked ever since. I have been a long time sub ever since. Got my nifty 5 year of subscribing decoration That's one of my treasured decorations in my strongholds. And I'm hoping they come up with some really cool things to celebrate 10 years of this awesome Star Wars game. My whole family plays this game. My daughter Juliet live streams on Twitch under the name Jalari Renzel. She is just as passionate as my husband and I are about this game. We kind of got her into it because she was a little younger when the game came out, and now she's just as obsessed as we are ever since she got her hands on the game. And she's got a full collection of characters, not quite as many as me. At the moment I'm kind of leading the family with the most number of toons. At, I think my latest count is 35. My newest one I just created during the Feast of Prosperity event. I was particularly inspired by the new Feast of Prosperity coat robes with the cool decorations off the back, so I had to take a little break from playing the event and quickly spent some time in the character creator and ended up rolling a new Jedi Sentinel to wear those robes. I have a few too many sages, so I thought I'd go with a Sentinel this time. And she is my 35th character. Her name is Junisso. I'm currently leveling her at the moment. I kind of like to level up my characters before playing their story. I like being able to kit them out with some really cool cartel market gear, a weapon and a cool lightsaber and things like that. And I like being able to take them to play some of the events. So she, despite being low leveled, actually played the Feast of Prosperity event so she could get some of the cool rewards. She didn't do the story, because if you don't play your own personal story up to the end of your capital planet, then you don't get your ship. But I'm so fond of the home planet stories, I don't want to kind of use them all up, if you know what I mean. So I'm like keeping a few of those in my back pocket so that I can return to Tython, Korriban, Woodmantel and Hutta when I want to. Ooh, lucky fingers, I got that one for free. So I'm trying to keep a cap on the number of characters I have, but the stories in this game are just so much fun to play. I do like going back and revisiting some of my favorites. And they just keep releasing some really cool gear in the game, like the robes from the event, or case in point. But I have to admit, I'm kind of tempted to roll a new trooper to wear the Cara Dune inspired discharged, I think it's discharged infantry gear that's sort of part of the Mandalorian themed gear in the game. I haven't got the new Mandalorian gear. I did get the Mudhorn. I had to have the Mudhorn. I'm a big collector of mounts. As you can see, I worked really hard and got the Kingpin Predator mount during the Nightlife event. That's one of my pride and joys. I particularly collect the Beast mounts, so getting that one was like a hardcore goal of mine. I played, unfortunately nobody else in my family managed to get it, but I was dedicated. I don't think I did much else other than do the casino event during that time period, but it was worth it. I have such fond memories of that event. Like when it first hit the game, it wasn't necessarily a repeating event. It didn't turn up the year after, and now it's kind of transitioned into a yearly event. And I always look forward to those yearly events. They're not there for that long, so I play them as much as I can when they're there. Like the Feast of Prosperity event, I lost count of how many times I'd jump onto every toon and do all the cooking challenges, and I didn't do the hard mode. I realized I've got my nameplates turned off. Where's my nameplates? Self and friendly place. Yeah, I got the spicy title. No, I think I did like exactly 25 of the hard Cantina Dash missions, because that was stressful. I found that one really stressful. Those final phases with the fast Star Wars music, it gave me a bit of stress trying to keep that pace up, but it was worth it. I Like, I tend to really go for, I tried, like, I was following all the hints about what the third secret achievement might be, and I was really hoping I might be able to earn it, and then, oh, it turned out that no one could because it was bugged. So next year, because when they added the Wookiee hugging champion, I made sure I hugged all those Wookiees. I sat down and I did it till I got the achievement. I like earning the titles and things like that, particularly for the events. I'm a big fan of the swoop bike racing event, which is on at the moment as well. I might actually go do some of that after I've done a couple of dailies. I really like, I mean, I've wanted swoop bike racing in this game ever since, you know, the swoop bike stuff on Taris in KOTOR. And I really like how they executed it for this game, where you're not competing against other people. So server lag and that doesn't come into account too much. Playing in New Zealand, I'm always like, just like that fraction of sort of lag behind American players playing on the Satil Shan server. So I knew that if they did something like that, you lose out a little bit, but it's super fun being able to just play sort of against the timer and just trying to sort of beat your score and trying to knock off those bonus achievements as well. Managed to hit, I didn't do it, the first couple of events, like with the Gree and the repeating Rakghoul event, I'd really try to make sure that I got as like rep tokens stored up. I've missed one. Which one did I do? I missed that one. I really try to rack up as many rep tokens as I can to cash it out, because I don't like waiting. So, but for the swoop bike one, I didn't, oh, I've got to power up my little droid. The swoop bike one, I didn't manage to hit the rep token on the max on the first go round, but I've got it as soon as I could on the next one, so that I could get the cool mounts. I don't have this Kingpin's Predator mount has a broken little thumbnail. It looks like the Blatant Beck speeder for some reason. I'm kind of hoping they fix that. Anaria doesn't have it equipped on here because I'm trying to decide, like, I gave it to some of my more swoop bike themed people, like my smugglers and my bounty hunters, but I'll probably give her one, something like the lit candle. That's my favorite speeder out of all of the reputation speeders. It is really quite a fun one. I have that one on my main Sith Bachelor because she's yellow Twi'lek and she matches the bright yellow color of that speeder quite well. Anaria tends to have a lot of animal mounts, which I quite like. Ooh. I don't like the jumps there. Fallen off once or twice, it's not fun. But I like just chilling out and doing a couple of the dailies, just to do a little bit of a money grind. There's some really cool things on the cartel market that have come out, and I spent all my cartel coins on the speeder sale. I had to. I love my speeders. I grabbed the new Matorn mount half off, which I'm super glad that I kind of sort of pondered about that and didn't grab it straight away, because I would have been sad to have it go on sale like straight afterwards. And I grabbed a couple of the other animal mounts that just kind of seemed to slip through the cracks on my sort of wish list. So I grabbed the Scorched Dewback and the Cyberclaw Varanticus, because those ones never seem to show up on the GTN for a reasonable price on my server. So I was like, you know what, I'm sick of waiting for them to show up for a cheap price, so I'm just going to grab them. So I'm going to have to save up and get a couple of the other really cool ones, like the forklift and the hover turret. Those are two at the top of my wish list to grab, and I'm going to have to pay GTN prices for those. Oh, one of the things they were giving away in the developer live stream was a Zerka Chronomatic, and oh my gosh, I have one of those since the start of the game. I know it's just a silly little toy, but being like one of the rarest things in the game, like I'll never get the ranked PvP awards. I'm just a little too nervous to play ranked PvP. I have played a fair amount of PvP. Let's see, my Valor on this girl is 57. I think I have another girl that's slightly higher. I tend to do a little bit better in PvP on characters that can heal. So my main imp is a lightning sork, so she tends to do a little bit better. I find that playstyle works a little bit better for me for PvP, so I do a bit better. So her Valor's a little bit higher, but I just have not brought myself to go do some ranked PvP. It's just a little scary. Maybe one day. So what shall I do next? Let's do a quick Zerker. That's always a fun one. I like busting out a quick Zerker. So what else did the developers tease? Let's see. I've tested out the flashpoint on the PTS. I didn't get all the way to the end. I was doing it by myself, and the story mode is like quite hard. It's not solo story mode, so I couldn't quite get to the end. And there's a bit of a jumping bit, and I am not the best at jumping, so I knew that I wouldn't be able to make it all the way to the end, so I kind of called it quits when I got stuck on the jumping. I didn't want to bang my head against that wall for a bit. I need to like do it with somebody that can like pull me across. And I've seen some videos where it looks like you just get one person across, and then the other people in your group can make it across. So I need to do it in a group. But I just didn't want to spend too much time on the PTS. I am enjoying the preview of the new emote window. I am a emote collector. I think I have all of the emotes. Let me see in collections. Emotes. I have 100% emotes. So I don't use them as much as I'd like to, because they're kind of, you know, hidden. And I never remember the typing, you know, slash commands to type in chat, so I don't use them as much as I kind of wish I did. I always had the inkling one day to just blow a lot of cartel coins and like unlock all the emotes and titles and things like that across my legacy. I haven't quite done that because they keep releasing some really cool gear on the GTN that just it always wins me over. And I end up spending all my... I think the last time they did a cartel market sale, I ended up with like 6 cartel coins left or something. I was down to the wire because I kept buying some of the really cool individual decos because they were quite good prices, and I like my decos as well. Don't do as much decorating as I probably should. I collect a lot of decos and then I kind of forget and I don't put them down. I did like a really big decoration of one of my rooms in Coruscant of all the Feast of Prosperity decos, so that was fun to just sit down and just go nuts and like just do a ton. So I've got like this huge big banquet hall with like a ton of personnel, pick up that thing, personnel, and lots of food tables, and the disguise terminals, because they're a lot of fun. I like the droid one. I like being able to sort of replay my fond memories of playing that stressful cantina one, but without the time limit on it. Ooh, there was a couple of times. I failed once. I learned the hard way that I cannot get distracted. I was like talking to a family member at the same time and trying to pay attention to the colors and which one was next, and I totally mixed one up, and then that was it. Once I missed one, that was it. And then it just said, "You're done." It kicked me out. I was like, okay, gotta concentrate next time. But doing it 25 times wasn't too bad. I'll probably find that like in a few weeks I'll be like nostalgic and wishing I could go back and play it again. I did a big like epic 2-hour recording of like playing through the whole event. I waited to do the whole event on my main until the 3rd part of the story was released, so I wouldn't like accidentally make a decision that I'd regret and wouldn't be able to undo. But it was pretty nice and clear cut. Like you could see what what the outcome of your decisions were going to be. So that was nice. There wasn't sort of any hidden surprises there. But it was a fun story. And I wonder if they'll let us do the story again. It looks like with the swoop bikes, once you've done the story, that's it. When the event comes back, it doesn't replay. But I don't know how that works for the big annual repeating events, whether we'll be able to play the story again in the future. But I did appreciate the touch of, once you had finished the story and sort of chosen one of the huts to side with, that the nameplate, the titles, Magnanimous and Abundant, were available for everybody in your legacy to click on and claim that title. And the nameplate sort of little clickable sort of codex entries type little plaques was still there after the event finished. And I feel a little bit sad that I tried to like balance out my tokens as best as I could, but I'm still left with like 45 just haunting me in my missions, along with all of the Kingpin tokens I didn't get to use. Like, I spent so much time working on that event and I've still got a lot of Kingpin tokens. Getting the Emperor's slot machine paying out 50 on those wins meant that I kind of accrued a lot because I was playing those slots as much as I could. Because I'm a sucker for trying to get the rewards as soon as I can. When the old school Cartel Market packs, like the boxes and that, were dropping and they had reputation tokens, that was all I spent cartel coins and credits on. I was just buying those boxes over and over to get as much rep as I could, and I collected up all the rep. So I don't remember how much. I think the only rep I've got, let's see, my only reputation is the old ship missions. I'm slowly working on it. I just got one more tier to go, but it's a slow grind. I'm not very good at them, so the only ones that I do are like the ones that give out the green tokens, so that takes a little while. But I have to earn all the rep. I'm not a complete completionist in the game. There's a lot of achievements I haven't been able to do because I'm a little bit timid when it comes to PvP, especially in open world PvP. So there's a fair few achievements I haven't been able to work on. But a lot of the solo player stuff I try to do as much as I can. Done all my coltos. I've just got biotoxins to go. Such crazy memories of the Zerka one. When this daily area first opened, oh my gosh, it was so busy. And it was a little bit after, I remember just the constant echoing of the Tauntauns. Because it felt like they were a recent addition to the game, so all you've heard were like these Tauntaun noises. And they were so cute. I can't believe it took them so long to add animal mounts into the game, and now they're like my favorite mount. I love my collections of. I kind of want some of the ones that are available as mounts. I kind of wish we could have as companions as well. I've got all of the Cartel Market companions. I've just got 3 of the droids. I haven't decided who I want to give them to, so it doesn't show me as having 100% collection, even though I've got them all just stashed away in my cargo bay. My cargo bay, my legacy bay needs serious organizing, honestly. I've got a whole page of speeders just hoarding. I'm always like a little bit indecisive when it comes to which 2s to give them to. I'm always worried that I'll roll a new character and then I'll be like I won't have any cool speeders to give them because I've given them to everyone else, so I always like to keep a couple in reserve. but I knew who to give my Mudhorn to straight away. I've got, I can never remember the name of it, but one of my Power Tech bounty hunters is wearing the very cool bounty hunter gear that looks like bone. It's kind of got like teeth and sort of a bone appearance, especially on the helmet. So she got my cool Mudhorn, and I made sure during the cooking event, I keep calling it the cooking event, the Feast of Prosperity, during that event that I took all of my bounty hunters down to the event vendor and buy them the cute little hairless Mudhorn pet. Because all of my bounty hunters have to have a little Mudhorn pet. Seeing as only one of them gets to have the mount. I try not to double up on my mounts too much because there's just so many cool ones in the game. I feel like I don't want to get too repetitive. Let's see, 3 more. This mob should do it. I like having a bit of variety on my things. I try not to overlap too much in terms of my names and characters so that I get a good variety of the game. Like, I want to play as many of the sort of different varieties in SWTOR as I can. I must admit I am a little bit too shy to play healer or tank. I find I mesh with DPS better. I have tried. I tried playing a Juggernaut tank and a Commando healer and found that I just struggled too much. And I'm never brave enough to play those sort of vital roles in ops. I don't do ops much anymore, and I really do want to gear up and get back into that because I miss it. So all of my tunes are DPS, and I find that just suits my playstyle. There's still a couple of skill trees I haven't fully explored, particularly the classes that have 3 DPS trees. So I have just, as I mentioned earlier, just rolled my 3rd Sentinel. So I am just playing, I think it is the combat skill tree. So I'm playing that one for the first time. My girl is not that high, so I haven't fully discovered all of the abilities on that tree. So of course I don't have a Marauder with that corresponding one, and there's a couple of like the Smugglers and Snipers, some of those DPS trees where I've only got 2 of each, so I've still got a 3rd. Tried to keep my roster of characters quite balanced, so between the different skill trees I try to make sure that I'm not getting like too many Sentinels or too many Sorks, because I mesh with certain ones. I know that I'll always enjoy a class. Like, it took me a while to play snipers because I played an operative first as my playthrough of the agent storyline, but I do really enjoy the sniper playstyle, particularly on those, like, I sometimes, like, as much as I adore my Jedi Sentinel main character, there are days where I just, like, I don't want to run around as much. I just want to stand still and shoot things. You can be a bit more chillax. I know that, you know, you really need to be on top of your game to play them to their maximum potential, but some days, yeah, it's just fun to be a bit more casual and just to, like, AoE everything in sight without moving too much. You don't need to worry about too much stuff on the floor as much. So I'm currently playing through a sniper in the storyline. She is on Voss at the moment, so I'm quite looking forward to getting her story wrapped up. And just watching the developer live stream today and listening to Darren DePaul, who is the voice of Valkorion. Oh, his voice is amazing. It was really fun hearing him change between his regular speaking voice and Valkorion's voice, and I'm like, oh, I love Valkorion. I am so excited to see what they're going to do with him in the game, whether he's going to be back, is it going to be flashbacks, is there some little twist, but any which way they do it, I just want to hear his voice in the game again, because Oh, and I got Conquest. That's exciting. I like getting Conquest. Let's see. Oh, and I carry around too many toys. I know. It's a problem. I've got to... I ranked up a few times. Let's see what I got. Let's trash that. And let's see, let's trash that. And we'll trash that too. I'm a sucker for the toys. I like collecting them. Anaria has too many. She's my main. There we go. I should be able to do that. There we go. That gives me a bit more space. Oh, and I've still got my Ziost tokens as well. I need to put those away. I kind of wish we could have like a separate tab for toys, because I don't want to... You've got to like carry them with you, but at the same time I don't want to get rid of them. Like, what if I need my reusable Jawas? I need to send someone a Jawagram. Okay, so what shall I do next on her? Shall I go do some speeder bikes, or shall I do something else real quick first? Yeah, let's go do some speeder bikes, I think, because I do love that event. I've got the pirate incursion, which will take me there really quick. Actually, I'm going to go up to my house first and put some stuff away, because I know I'm going to hit my cap. I need to clear some space in my base. My legacy bay is not much better than my inventory. It is way too full, but I can't help it. I am a collector in real life. I have a house full of Star Wars collectibles with my husband and daughter, surrounded by action figures and Funko Pops and life-size droids, so it's probably no surprise that that collecting tendency spills over into SWTOR as well. I like it. So I need some space. We're just going to chuck some things in here. I'm making some money. As you can see, I've got my bay full of speeders to divvy out. I got about 30 of these Victron Wraiths trying to get my Kingpin mount, and I ended up getting more than I had characters because I won some last year as well. So I've still got... See, I've got to decide if I'm going to... Who's going to get my speeders from the swoop bike event. I think, because this one does look good. It's like classic. It looks like a drag car with these big exhaust pipes and everything, and the chains and everything. It's just so cool. But that gold one, it's just very cool. These gold ones are cool, but I like the blatant Bitcoin because it was just a completely unique new speeder design in the game. I kind of wish the others were, but I see where they match. And yeah. Ooh, and I can't wait for the... I've still got these. I carry them around with me everywhere because I need to upgrade them. But Anaria, for all her time in the game, have been using the old school sort of Revan sabers that used to be, that you could find in the game. The Virtuous Ancient Ardent Blades lightsaber. These were so hard to get on the light side. Back in the day, I can't remember which one was the one that I found, and then the only place where you could buy it was from the Voss commendation vendor back in the day when there were not just world comms but world specific comms, and that took me so long to earn those so that I could have a matching pair of lightsabers, and I'm quite nostalgic about them. I do need to put in a lot better mods at the moment because they are still from the old sets. They do have some random old school augments in them and stuff, but at the same time I'm like, now that I know that they're putting in that gorgeous new Jedi Revan gear and lightsabers, I'm like, what if I just upgrade Anaria to the new Qatar market ones instead, and then I can keep these ones safe away And so she can have the fancy Jedi Revan ones. I might even put the Jedi Revan gear on her. My sort of mirror Sith Marauder has the Revan Reborn gear on. So it'd be kind of fun for Anaria to be like the mirror and have the Jedi Revan gear as well. So I've cleared my bay, at least enough, so let's use the old Pirate Incursion quick travel. I kind of wish some of these new events, I wish there were more quick travels. During the cooking event, I had to keep, there's just that part of me that's like, having to pay for my Starship's credits to like travel around to like Meksha and Onderon. Onderon has like dailies, but there's no way to like get there easy without just paying credits to go there. I kind of wish they had added it to the solo activities window so that I would do it more often. I'm particularly fond of the Republic side version. I really like that one. And I know that you make a lot more credits than you spend to get there, but I do like the ease of the quick travel through the window system. It's kind of why I end up doing things like Zerka and Heroic Dailies so often. I like the speed. I like just getting in there and getting into it. Oh man, it feels like so long ago doing those old Balsavis dailies when there was like very little daily areas. I played those Balsavis ones so many times. It feels so weird. I don't even know if they're really in the game much anymore. I haven't been back and done those in a long time. I kind of wish you could drive up these hoops and get the boost just on like your regular speeder. I do love this event. I like the repeating events. They're so much fun. And so much variety. Like, I like that these events, it doesn't matter what your gear is, that you can just jump in and do it. It's fun. Yay, she won. Oh, it's finished. Oh, I'm silly. No, it's there. Oh, thank goodness. Oh, that took a while to res. I was like, oh no, did I mix up the dates? I was like, I was pretty sure it was still on. Oh, thank goodness. I had mini heart attack there. Okay. I was like, there's other people here. I'm pretty sure I didn't get that wrong. So, I did the story on Anaria last time, so none of them are lit up for me this time. So, the story is kind of fun. I am still curious what those mysterious peoples are. These ones over here. I like their gear. They're so mysterious. I kind of want to know if that's like connected to anything, because they just stand there being mysterious, and they're on the fleet as well. So I am going to get on the big boy, the blatant back one. And I find it helps for some of these to like not start your race like straight behind somebody that's got the same speeder as you. Particularly ones where it's like the orbs and things like that. It's like, then you can't see. Okay, I'm just gonna loop around. Oh, it's Agent James Blonde. I love spying on people's gear and names in these events. Oh man, there were some really fun ones during the cooking event. Oh, it's very busy on the starting line. Okay, I'm gonna head up now. So this one is the explosives and the fireworks, and I swear every time I start this I get them mixed up, and then I like try to blow up the fireworks and I try to just push the button to ignite the explosives. Explosive action. Nope, wrong one. Oh, got it. Ooh. Got that one. And yep, I'm catching up to the person in front. Whoosh. I should use my speed boost a little more than I do. I tend to get a little distracted sometimes. speeder boosts. Let's see some speed. I don't know if I have a favorite of the 3 swoop races. Like every time I do it, I'm like, oh yeah, I like the explosions, I like the hoops, and then the speed one's fun too. I'm like, oh, I can never decide. But thankfully we don't need to specifically choose. I was worried that the story you'd have to like choose on each character like which team you're going to race for, so I'm really happy that you can just like jump in and race all 3. Okay, fireworks. Oh, I missed the bombs. Speed boost. Oh, I missed a target. Oh, you silly. Ah, I was like looking at it just as I was crossing the line. Gotta pay attention next time. I don't know how much those bonuses actually pay out, but every little bit helps, I think. Let's see, where's my currency up to? Oh, yep, closing in on 500 on all of them. And I'll probably buy, at some point I'll sit down and figure out which of the if the speeders, if I want more, or more of the decorations. I haven't put many of the decorations down in my house, so I definitely need to put them down, see what they like, and decide if I want any more. Boom! Oh, this one's nice and clear. My husband and I often run this one together, but he always manages to get just a bit ahead of me, and then he steals my orbs. And I know it kind of counts if you drive in the same place, but it's hard to remember where they are when you can't see them. Can't decide which is the best line to take on this one. I think that feels like a good line to take. Let's hear it, Razors. Okay, got that one. I need... Oh, that one's tight. That one's tight. Got it. Got that one there. Gotta hit another speed boost. Another hit a speed boost. Got that speed boost. So now it just says complete the course. So I can pay attention to avoiding the bombs. I kind of hope they fix the achievements where you hit all of the obstacles. One of them works, and I can't remember if it was this one on Dantooine or one of the others. It's a crack up. I tried doing the one on Onderon, but that one is broken. So I went and hit every spike and didn't get the achievements. So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna wait until somebody says, yeah, it works before doing that one again. And somebody stole the meat. I like, every time I come in here, I go and eat the meat that's on the fireplace. And the bloat gourd is usually down there as well. So, not today. Okay. This is definitely one of my fun ones. I like the hoops. Jumping over those big ones, that feels like fun. I like the classic episode 1 pod racing music that usually plays in these scenes, but for the purposes of copyright I am not playing the Star Wars music, which is a bit of a shame, but it means I can't put these videos up on YouTube. I like archiving my playthroughs now that I'm streaming on Twitch a little more often. Definitely take more screenshots than I used to. It's kind of sad that some of my main characters I leveled back in that first year and I didn't take as many screenshots and videos as I do now, so a lot of their original stories kind of like lost to time. Get that hoop, that speed boost. It took me so long playing this event to get used to the idea of not having to go through over all the hoops. Oh yeah. Yeah, dodged. Oh no, I hit it. Oh dear. Where I got that one? Knew I was turning too tightly there. Okay, whoosh. Ooh, I thought I was going to hit that bomb. These are some tight curves. So the tight curve, the worst one is on Onderon. At the top of that big jump, you've got to like slam on your brakes in order to take that really tight turn. And there's a really tight slalom course just before the big wreck on Tatooine that always trips me up too. It's all about having fun. I gotta go through. Let's see if I need to go through another hoop or whether I got what I needed. Got what I needed, yes. Ooh, with one to spare. Nice. Let's see. Cross, cross, cross. Woo! Yes. Explosive. Okay, and now we are on to... I prefer to end on Onderon, so I'm going to do Tatooine next. See, I like the quick travels. It makes it nice and quick and easy. It's a lot of fun. So, what else did they talk about in the live stream? The login bonus. I like that. I play a few mobile games on the side. SWTOR is my first. But I play Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, which has the sort of classic mobile game daily login reward for a month. But SWTOR is a little bit different in that if you miss a day, you don't sort of lose that one. It just counts 28 days. So when you log in 28 days, you get each one. It's not set to a monthly calendar, which is fun. So if you can't log in every day, you don't sort of mess up your progress there. But I'm really looking forward to seeing what some of these boxes at the end of each sort of 28 days. They've got some really cool looking boxes with interesting names. So I'm kind of curious to see what they might pay out. So let's click on that properly. And as somebody that plays a lot, I am looking forward to just those little bonuses for logging in every day. Certainly is a good reminder to log in as routinely as I do for my app games. My app games definitely sort of having them on your mobile device makes it easy, you know, just to quickly log in and check and... did I do it? Did I do it? No, I didn't. Oh. This one, I always get it wrong. Nope. Go do that one. And do that one. Nope. No, I hit it. I get these ones mixed up. I really got to practice these ones a bit more. I always start out trying to explode the wrong ones and click on the others. Hopefully I haven't messed it up for lower. Kind of wish it was a pattern, but I know it's not. Let's see. And got that one. Got that one. I think I did. Some speed. I'm gonna try and jump down here and avoid that the sand traps. No, not that one too. I get that one. That one. Go up the ramp for fun. Woo. Get that one. Oh man, I've got to explode so many targets. Okay. We're gonna go round and round the sand trap. And hopefully, there we go. Whew. Thankfully those ones respawn pretty quickly, so I don't miss my timer. There's one on Dantooine. I feel like the bonus timer just like finishes too abruptly. I feel like it's bugged, but I can't. I'm usually paying too much attention to what I'm doing on the course to actually pay attention, but it feels like it finishes with like a minute to go. It's kind of quiet on Tatooine. I must be in a good instance. I kind of like it when I get that sort of lull. Some swoops. Yes. So nobody's stealing my orbs this time. They're all mine. This one at the corner. Use my boost. And this one, kind of have to go up the ramp. Oh, did I get it? Oh, I don't know if I got that one. Look at him go. The little speed pads on the floor are so nostalgic for KOTOR. Oh, now let's see if I can do this tide turn and get both. Oh, I think I got it. Up, up, yes. Use a speed boost. And, okay, so let's see if we can go down here, grab the orb. Okay, completed all the orbs. Oh, 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 oh. Over that one. Did I get that orb? Don't know. Oh. See, I don't know where those 3 extra orbs are. Someday I'll do that one a little more cleaner. At this point, I'm not trying to get perfect runs until they get all of the sort of achievements fixed. I'm just doing it for the fun and for the tokens. And then when I feel like I've practiced enough, then I'll really sit down and try and get a perfect run. I like the hum of this one. It's got a really good rumble. I didn't really notice when I was playing it with the music on, but the rumble's really fun. So, I do like the flare. I don't know why I keep getting the explosives and the fireworks so muddled. It takes me like a good couple of runs to like really get it sorted. I do just love these hoops so much. I love the tacticals that let you do things like this. I'm gonna like buy a whole bunch so I can have like some of my favorite of the effects. Like there's the one that makes your mounting really fast, and I like the sort of the mounting flourish. The dismount one's kind of funny, but I think I'd be like too distracted because I like jumping off my speeder and like jumping into the mobs. Oh, the one that knocks people back is kind of fun. Shh. Though I'm not sure what the so the reach on that one is. It'd be slightly annoying if you're like just dismounting and it like catches mobs that are a distance away and you're like, no, no, I didn't mean to hit them. Okay, speedy, speedy. Spoofer, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Okay, let's sell some of these tokens to clear out my bay. Okay, I'm gonna leave that in there. Now it's on to Anaria. Quite like these courses. I'm not sure if I've got a favorite yet. Like each one kind of has some fun sections and some tricky sections. I particularly like the caves are kind of fun on Anaria, depending on like which one. The one I struggle with the exploding the explosives in the caves in Anaria. Reaching up high, I'm like so distracted by what's in front of me and trying to avoid those spikes in the dark. I really struggle to get those ones, those explosive boxes in the caves. But the rest of that one I find quite fun. And of course the really tight turn at the top of that big jump. If you get any bit of lag, it looks like you missed it and then you panic and try and recorrect and then it's like, oh no, I was actually on course. And loading it in forward is funny. Anaria's wearing her pink and white swimsuit the resort swimwear set, so she's all ready to go in the water. Which looks kind of funny that she's riding these big swoop bikes in her swimwear. Or in her togs, as we say in New Zealand. So I might need to go buy some tunings after this. Go, go, go. Okay, that's an explosion. Gotta get that one better. That's an explosion. And that's an explosion. I'm really hoping I don't tow some beasts. Please leave me alone. Good, good, good. Good. Explodey, and that one. Good. Okay, I'm not doing too badly so far. There are some tight ones around here. Go faster. That one. So I'm going to do this because I always miss the ones in the caves, and okay, there. So now I'm set. If I miss them in the caves, it doesn't matter too much. There we go. See, I never get it. I can't reach it. It's really hard. I know I should probably put on my brakes, but kablamo! And that crystal always taunts me. Did I get that one? Don't know. Kablamo! Okay, let's get a speed boost because it's my course timer. I think this is one of the other course timers that breaks. Like, think you've got enough time and then it doesn't. And it doesn't work. Okay, that one. Got it. Cool. That worked. Awesome. Kingpin Predator mount. Most of my characters have sensible looking gear, but Anaria's got a few outfits, but I just tend to put her in her fun pink and white outfit just for a bit of variation. She has got her classic Jedi set, which is grey, to match her blue sabers. The sabers that she tends to wear with this one are like a 3-color. It's kind of like blue, purple. I think it's got a hint of pink in it. I do like the 3 colors. Goes really well with the oh, good. The sizzle effect. Jump, jump. This one really sucks if you hit those spikes. It feels like you go so slow. Whoosh. Speedy, 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 speedy. Now, one of these ramps, there's like, yeah, there it is, there it is. Oh, got that one. I probably shouldn't go up that one to go. I missed that one, yep. Yep. Ooh, ooh, I thought I hit that one. That was close. Keep that boost going. Okay. I'm trying. Oh, there's a person going backwards. I always forget about that orb up there. Ooh, tight corner, tight corner. Gotta use my boosts. So much to concentrate on these ones. Oh, orb. Orbs. Another orb. Speedy, speedy. Speedy, speedy. Yes. Got it done. Championship material, eh? Last one. This is the one with the big scary jump. That hum was very cool. Speedy, speedy. Yes, I am. I love the fleurons on this planet. They're so cute. I kind of wish that we could have flying speeders like the Thrantas and oh, put on my brakes. Turn off my brakes. Oof, got it. Like the fleurons on Onderon, and I know it's complicated and it would look weird flying so close to the ground, but they're so pretty. Let's see some speed. Ooh yeah. Feels a little unsafe to be doing jumps that big in a cave, but whoosh. At least with the jumps, it feels like the hoops are quite well spaced away from the spikes in this course. I never feel like I'm that close to them. Got the moves. Whoosh. Gotta get through a few more hoops. There we go. Speed. Speed boost engaged. Final corner. Yes. Done. Cool.
Master Joe would be proud.
Ah, would he now? Okay, so the tacticals on this one. That's the knockback. The immediate mount acceleration. See? That could be a good one. And what's the blatant back one? The dismount flourish, the bang, the small shield. It's kind of interesting. It has a cool little glowy effect. Finishing pose. Ends your rise with the smoke cover. The mounting with style one is cool. Oh, I don't know what's going to be more useful. Let's have a look. 600. Don't need to spend them just yet. I might hold on to that. Because Anaria doesn't need more things to carry around. Because you can only use one tactical. I wish there was like one combat tactical and then just like one toy tactical that just did something. Because that would be kind of funny. I'll leave that in there because I don't have the space. And the last time I was here shopping, that what is it, the Praetor got me, well, started attacking me while I was trying to shop. Okay, so what's the next on the agenda? What's my conquest at the moment? Conquest 157, nailed it, nice and easy. I love the conquest system. I know I need to get back into playing more story, particularly. I've got a consular playing through the Kopvi Kotet storyline. She's just landed on Odesson around like chapter 9 or 10 so that I could start unlocking all the companion side quests and getting some of my companions back. But I've been sort of like savouring playing the Valkyrian storyline because most of my other main characters have finished it, and it's sad that you can't talk to him anymore. Kind of almost wish to have like Force Ghost Valkyrian like as a companion. That would be really funny. So you could just like hear him talking and he'd be like muttering about being trapped or something while you like make him heal you during fights. That would be funny. So let's pick something that I haven't done in a while. Let's do... haven't done Ossus for a while, but that's got a few heroics. I like doing that one grouped. Let's do good old Tatooine. I like Tatooine. I like that it's got so many elements of classic SWTOR, classic Star Wars in it. The Jawas and Banthas and Tusken Raiders, and it's very cool. Kind of wish they'd do more Tusken Raider gear in the game. They did a set back for the old, I believe it was the Shevin Acquisition race. And I think there's a slightly different set that is a social gear. I kind of feel like it would do well if they did like Tusken Raider gear on the Kata market. I am very much looking forward to the new, speaking of rolling characters for new gear, the one that is currently previewable on the PTS, or it was, let's see, that's inspired by the armorer from The Mandalorian Season 1. And I'm like, ooh, am I going to give that to one of my 4 bounty hunters? Or am I going to roll a new one? Because I like giving my characters a second outfit for a bit of variety. Have you all done the secret jump with your event swoop bikes? It's a lot of fun. I haven't figured out the one over by the Crate Dragon skeleton, but this one was fun. And someone's taken the lockbox. Oh well. Let's just jump in and take him down anyway. But yes, the new armor gear, I am torn. I'm gonna have to go have a closer look at that myself, and then see if I want to, because I'm sure there are many of us that are just a little bit bummed that the Amban rifle, inspired by the Mandalorian's sort of disintegration rifle from the Mandalorian, can't be equipped by bounty hunters in SWTOR because it's a rifle and bounty hunters only use blaster pistols. So I'm kind of tempted. See, that's the thing, is that I'm trying to resist the urge, not very well, because it's still kind of buzzing around in my head, of rolling a Cara Dune inspired commando so she can hold a really cool assault cannon. But then I need a character to use the Amban disintegration rifle. So do I give that to a Vanguard or a operative? So I stick with the imps. During the Feast of Prosperity event, I was in a world boss group with a really cool looking sniper next to me using the disintegration rifle, and oh my gosh, that thing has the coolest sounds. But snipers would be restricted in the amount of abilities they could use equipping a rifle, and not a sniper rifle. Some of your abilities require you to have a very specific weapon, so I feel like it's kind of fun for during an event but not long term, and it's a very expensive weapon, so I feel like if I was going to give that to somebody, it would be their permanent weapon. So decisions, as if I need more characters to play, but SWTOR is all good fun no matter what character or class I end up playing. It's the names mostly. I struggle with the names. I'm going to try and find some good names that randomly, for my new girl inspired by, well, wearing the Feast of Prosperity robes, I had written down a name that I had come across on the PTS ages ago when I was trialing out the Nortolan faces. So all those months later, that little random name that I had written down on a scrap of paper was actually available on my server. So I was like, okay. It had just kind of been sitting in the back of my head, and I didn't want to hold on to it too much in case I went to go see if it was there and it was gone. But it was, so I was like, wow, okay, I can roll a character straight away without having to choose a name. Well, come up with a name, because I like to come up with single word name, so no hyphens or gaps, and one that doesn't rhyme with my current lineup of characters. Got a couple that are kind of close, but my family assured me that they don't rhyme close enough to be sort of breaking my rules. So she's very cool, and I am looking forward to getting back into her a little bit more. I customized the event gear. I put in, I believe it was a Force Apprentice die into the chest piece, and I basically put the chest piece, the hat, and the belt from the event gear with the Handmaiden, the white skirt and boots from the Handmaiden set. Oh, did I get that? Good. Anaria's lightsabers have a little tendency of clipping the mob behind her. Entirely my fault, but it's kind of an accidental habit at times. So yeah, I'm really digging her look. Oh, killed all of them. I was so distracted killing Gamorreans. I would love to see a Sarlacc in The Mandalorian. That would be kind of fun. How many people have jumped in for the worm food title? I make sure I do it with every new character. It's just fun. So that one's done. Let's go do this one. Do you guys have a routine of like heroics? I find that I get into a groove and then I do them. I have my own little order where I like go down the list in a specific order and do it. Or do you like to mix it up? I find once I find that groove, I find it hard to kind of break out of it. I really did enjoy doing the world bosses from the cooking quest. It had been so long since I'd done world bosses. I mean, I used to do them. I did all the event world bosses for the Rackle event, and I managed to get all the pets from those drops. I haven't really done many world bosses since I managed to get those. I wasn't as compelled to keep farming. I've got a lot of the goo saved up. Don't need more goo. So it was really quite fun doing the world bosses again. And on the last day, Anaria actually found a boss, a group that had saved the lucky Corellia world boss Rancor, which none of my characters actually got from the terminal. I was kind of hoping that I would be able to do it because I wanted the achievement. I'd never done it, so that was a fun little bonus, getting the achievement for that one. Two more. We're going to take these guys over here. It was a little bit of a shame that I think it was the Primal Destroyer, is the name of the one, on Balsavis, kept bugging out because people didn't kill it in the right order, or the ads as it were, and it kept bugging out and breaking, and then it wouldn't respawn. But thankfully I managed to get all of my weeklies done. I could have there was so much to do in that event. I never got to the bottom of the list of characters of like going through all the dailies. I had a whole bunch that didn't have their ships, so they weren't doing the story, but I was taking them to the event, manually doing the cooking and the cantina dash quests, and then I would use the activities window to travel to each location for the world bosses. And then, because you have to have a personal starship to use the summons ability that most groups were using to get a nice tidy group all in one place. So that was my little workaround. And a couple of times the person that was doing the summoning was on the PvP instance. So that was fun. I'm generally a little too shy to run around on the PvP instance. When you're with a group of like 20 people, it's not as bad. And we even accidentally, or maybe on purpose, killed a couple of people that happened to be on the opposite faction, but standing really close to the boss. And it's like, well, you know there's going to be like a group of like 20 people raining down on that one little spot. Maybe don't stand in there. But I did get an achievement or two from that for actually killing players on different planets. I think I did that on Balsavis and Nashira. So that was a fun little side bonus. Haven't done many of those achievements. One of these days my husband says we'll sit down and we'll group up and go hunt people on PvP instances for those achievements to knock them off. It still makes me like, I still get that sort of anxiety when I see people flagged. It reminds me back in the day when during things like the Rackle event and things like that, where people would sort of be flagged and try to get you to do damage accidentally so that you'd be flagged and then they could attack you. And even doing things like buffing in groups. Oh, the old degree event, oh my gosh, because there was the PvP area in the middle. Oh, you'd have people being flagged, and then if you buffed a group, then suddenly you'd be flagged, and then the mess of trying to kill those world bosses in the caves with a flagged group. Oh. My favorite bit, thanks for joining me, Citizen1138. My favorite bit of the live stream, I think, ooh, it's a toss-up, eh? I really am excited by that little preview that they gave us of the upcoming content. I can't help it. I am a Valkyrian fan, and Arkan and that whole family. So seeing those characters in some form, I am really intrigued about what this is going to mean for the story going forward. Are they back in some manner? Is this a flashback? Is it some sort of like force dream? Like the Carbonite dream at the start of the Valkyrian story? Or like the sort of trapped in the mind ending part? So I cannot wait. I've got to make sure that my characters that have played, I've got a couple of people that have gotten through Kotet and Kopfi, but maybe haven't tidied up all of their sort of post quests. I haven't actually gotten around to talking to that new Mandalorian. I was a little bit distracted by the PTS, so I need to log in and talk to him, seeing as the new content is going to be involving some Mandalorians. I've had a bit of a play of the Flashpoint on the test server, and it's looking really cool. Every time there's like new content like that, I'm like looking around at all the things on the walls, and I'm like, yeah, I want that for my house. I want that one for my house. And there's some really cool decos in that one, and a really cool Rancor. I'm like, ooh, are they going to give us something cool like a Rancor mount or Rancor deco? Yeah, I'm all about Rancors. I think they're so cool. Anaria's got one. I give one to sort of all my main people, because they're just such a classic Star Wars character. I really enjoyed the voice actor interviews. That was a great little, like, I know that they were pre-recorded, but I felt like even if it was live, I don't think they'd be answering too many questions from the audience anyway. they'll got their own sort of story to tell. I can't help but be kind of excited that Carrie Walgreen, who voices the female Jedi Knight, which is my main character Anaria here, she said that she would choose a pink lightsaber. And might not be pure pink, but my girl has got rather pinkish lightsabers, so I think that's kind of fun. Probably slightly more purple than pink, but you know, they're pink enough. I thought that was fun. She was amazing and sweet, and the other voice actor that's voicing a new Mandalorian character. Got some interesting tidbits to share. His character looks really cool with some cool armor. Oh, I'm going to grab this look box. And of course the Valkorian voice actor. Oh, I think I got a deco in that box. He is really into it. It's so much fun. All three of the voice actors that they interviewed are like just so excited and energetic and just like geeking out about the Star Wars universe as well. Like, it's just fun when voice actors are fans of the franchises that they get to be a part of, because we all wish that we had that opportunity to be a voice actor, you know. Like, I'm sure all of us that have been playing SWTOR for this long would absolutely jump at the chance of getting to voice even just some random little NPC somewhere, you know, some little vendor. That would just be fun. Oh, my guild leveled up. Yay, 39. Our little guild. That's exciting. Oops. Okay, so we're going to go to down the hole. Yeah, I like the emotes. Citizen1138 says, I quite like the basic premise of the Cura/Scourge arc. I'm going to have to sort of catch up on a few people just to refresh my memory, because it's been a little while since I've played that with my main, because she usually plays those new little additions straight away. So I need to like race through some story with somebody else so I can basically have like a new playthrough fresh in my mind before this new content comes out. So definitely going to have to play through some of the Kotek Kopfi storyline and just being able to enjoy the voice acting. I really do hope they had sort of teased that they had hoped to have some of the voice actors at the Celebration Anaheim Cantina, SWTOR Cantina, which sadly wasn't able to go ahead, but they said they, you know, obviously can't promise, but they're hopeful for 2022, which would be awesome. I've been to a couple of the SWTOR cantinas when I'm able to make it to the US, but none of the ones I've able to attend had sort of some of the really cool voice actor guests. I've met a couple of SWTOR voice actors at local conventions. Sort of, they were there for other reasons, for other sort of more significant work that they've done. Most recently, Steve Blum, who voices Baron Deathmark, and a couple of other notable SWTOR characters like Andronicus. Of course, he is Zeb from Rebels as well. But it was fun. I got to sort of talk to him about his work in SWTOR and get his autograph on a Baron Deathmark picture. So that was fun. But it would be amazing to meet some of the voice actors at a celebration. There's a lot of voice actors from the animated series that get to attend, and I kind of wish that some of the video game actors got as much recognition, because they are such a huge part of the Star Wars universe, galaxy for me. Particularly with playing SWTOR every day, you just hear the voices so often. They really are such a big part. Yeah, I see. Citizen, you're talking about Darren DePaul has actually been to a previous celebration, but he was incognito at the event. I'm like, oh man, I wish he'd said something, but yeah. I loved his story of him sort of geeking out about being at Galaxy's Edge, you know, riding the Millennium Falcon ride and just spending hours of the day. You know, they went to the cantina and all that kind of stuff, and it was just, he was so energetic and so just his enthusiasm for Star Wars and the just sort of delightful way that he was telling stories. And he did a few of the voices, doing his Daerun and Valkorian voices, and a couple of the others that he's done. It was just so interesting. I kind of always expected Valkorian to just instinctively have that deep voice, but actually hearing that it's not his natural speaking voice, it's a really it's always really impressive to see these really talented voice actors really get to sort of showcase their range and their skill at what they do. And I thought it was really fascinating to learn that he has quite an extensive theatre background. That it's not just voice work that he's done. Not that that's something that would be a low point at all. Oops, I've just tagged 2 groups. Oh well. I'm just gonna mop these up real quick. Where are they going? Come back here. Anaria can handle them. Just gonna quickly grab my lockbox because that's what I'm here for. Thank you, Theron. I do love the SWTOR live streams. I wish they'd do them more often. I know that they're probably a lot more work than we sort of realise, getting all that sort of, and you know, being allowed to give us that tidbit of information about what to look forward to. I'm looking forward to Life Day, throwing my snowballs. Kind of hoping that they teased what looks like a new pet, a new little Wampa pet with like a snowball. I'm kind of hoping that we might see some more. Last year I was throwing snowballs so often, I've kind of started going down the list and making sure that everyone's got the glitter and the snowball bombs and the speeders. And my new Jedi girl needs the Life Day Orb healing toy. I must remember to grab that on her because it's one that I like to give all my Jedi because it's such a fun healing toy. It looks really pretty. I have it on all my Jedi and one light side Sith. She's a very pale themed Togruta Juggernaut. So she looks very pretty. See if I can just get this cast. Nope, I can't. Never mind. Don't knock me. Ah, I left a beam all the way back there. Oh dear. I can't help it. I gotta pick them all up. Go get my 245 credits. Whoa, wealthy. In the meantime, while I'm waiting for this exciting new update, I'm going to see if I can get a few things sort of ticked off my list. I've got 3 Cartel Market companions. I still haven't decided who I'm going to give them to. I need to just hurry up on that. I just hoard just in general too much Kata market stuff. I've just got to divvy it out. I've got a few of my I can't fit it all, not nearly, fit all my hoarded Kata market gear and armor in my legacy base. I've actually got quite a few characters that are hoarding it all in their own cargo bay, and at some point I've just got to, it's all scattered. I've got like bits of one set in there, and then this lower half of the set in someone else's bay, buying it all in sections sort of over time. So gotta sit down and figure out if I want it, and then put the pieces together so it's all in the same place. I have a whole notebook of bits and pieces that I keep track of for SWTOR. Like which companions like the gifts, and who's working on what gear set, and I have this sort of long-term plan. I've unlocked the resort swimwear like Anaria is wearing, and I want to give it to everyone. So I've unlocked it, but everyone is going to have different dyes in it, because there's enough dyes in the game so that just about everyone on my legacy can have a swimsuit in a different color. But of course I always fall in love with the really expensive dyes, so it's taking me a while, and I kind of got a bit sidetracked from that project. I think I've given out maybe 3 or 4 swimsuits so far. Of course, one of them that I really need is the black dye, which ouch, especially since I spent all my Kata coins on speeders recently, so I'm gonna have to stump up for those on the GTN. It'd be really hard saving up for things on the GTN. Like, when I really want something and it's there on the GTN, you're like, oh, I could have it now, or like continue to like just watch it. Some of the really expensive things, I keep track of what the prices is in my notebook, and so that I'm not spending too much, or not overspending on an item that could be cheaper. But I get impatient sometimes. Sometimes I'm just like, I'm just gonna buy it, and then like stop looking. I bought the Mandalorian Basilisk mount the other day, having watched that for a while. Finally found it for a good price, but I've been a bit timid to actually give it to anybody. I'm like trying to decide, it's such a cool speeder, I want to make sure that I give it to the right bounty hunter. I'm kind of tossing up between, I think I'm going to give it to Anaria, but then I've also got another bounty hunter called Denara that I think would look cool in it too, and I'm like, I'm not sure which, because Camiro got the Mudhorn, and then my other bounty hunter Tarion has the expensive Lugawal mount, which is inspired by a creature from Force Awakens, and that looks really cool. I like to make sure that all of my characters have at least sort of, you know, an expensive mount, so they feel like they're getting a little bit spoiled, so it's not just my main characters that have all the goodies. But I take too long to divvy them out, because I want to make sure that I give them to like the person I think they match the best. And a fair few of my characters wear skirts or robes, and sadly some of the mounts just, ooh, the clipping issues. It doesn't look quite as good. I always want to make sure, of course the swimsuit's just a fun one, it doesn't need to worry too much about working properly with that, but I think I'm going to go downstairs, see if I can get the bonus out of this group. Maybe not. Maybe to go back upstairs and grab those other people. I don't know if I can pick a favorite speeder in the game though. Like, There's a few I've been tempted to pay cartel coins to unlock for everyone because I think that they're super cool. But I haven't quite done that yet. I haven't decided if there's one that I want to have on everybody. I like the variety. Oh, okay, I need 2 more. Okay, back upstairs. One of the ones that I'm tempted to unlock for everybody is the Hut Cantina skiff because I can't believe that I've got it equipped on one of my characters, one of my girls with a skirt, because it works quite well for people that are like lying down with the skirts. And I didn't realize that it actually had a flare that if you do the kind of I think it was Control Z to do the flare, it puts up a holo dancer and plays cantina music. And I only figured that out because when I was doing a world boss fight in the recent Feast of Prosperity event, somebody in my world boss group was standing next to me with the speeder, and I was like, I think I have that speeder, but that looks like that's playing music, and I couldn't believe that I had actually used it in game and not realized that it actually has a flare that plays cantina music. So I'm like, do I want to unlock that for everyone because that's super cool? But for now, I'm a little bit broke on the cartel coin front because of the awesome half off speeder sale. So can't unlock it now. And I do try and save the unlocks for when it's half off unlocks. The last time there was a half off unlock sale, I splooged and unlocked a bunch of flare. There's so many cool flare designs in the game, and I have more people than flare, so I can't do like one each. So I unlocked the sort of Jedi themed one, the Sith one, oh no, my inventory's full. Ooh, that's not surprising, I guess. No, don't pick it up again. Oh, Revan, you're too close. Oh, I put him down too close. You silly. Oh, Revan. Okay, what can I do? Ay, ay, ay. Okay. Can I do that? Gotta wait for, I'm gonna do that. Yeah, I can open one of these. Okay, maybe I can I pick it up now? Yes, thank goodness. Can I talk to, oh good, I can talk, oh thank goodness. I am not been paying attention. So let's disintegrate some of the stuff so I've got some more space. Come on, clicky, clicky, clicky. Good. That's probably pushed me right over the edge for my conquest. Now I'm gonna have to go up to my stronghold to put some stuff away, because I carry too many toys. Okay, so I am probably going to, I don't really need to do these ones because they're a little bit longer. Once I've done the gathering one, okay, I'm going to go up to my stronghold and put some things away. Recently did a big purge of my crafting mats. I'm not a big crafter in the game. I used to sort of do it a little bit back in the day, but I don't spend as much time crafting as a lot of other people, and so I prefer just to sell my crafting mats. So I'm finding that a fairly good revenue stream when I remember to do it. So I went on a little bit of a purge recently and did a big sale of crafting mats. So I've actually got a reasonable amount of money at the moment, reasonable amount of credits. But the problem is that I find when I have that many credits, light Datacron strength, dark Datacron strength, cool, so I've got 2 of those, is when I have this many credits, as I suddenly get anxious about spending them. Because some of the really fancy stuff in the game has gotten quite expensive, because it's easier to earn credits these days. So I always want to have a reasonable amount of money on hand, because in the last little while I have made the tragic mistake of going shopping on the GTN and not leaving enough residual credits in my sort of savings to grab other expensive things that miraculously come down in price every now and again. I missed out on the discharged Cara Dune gear. It was only 50 million, and now, of course, as it of course would happen, it's up to 150 million, so gonna have to wait for that one, because I don't have the cartel coins to buy it direct. Even if they do a sale, I'm a little bit broke with cartel coins, and maybe for Christmas I'll treat myself to some cartel coins in the game, because there's just so many good things that they've added. See, here's my basilisk war mount, and I can't decide who to give it to, because it's a platinum level and I got it on a really good price. I don't know what it is at the moment. Let's see what the pricing's done. I know I shouldn't look after I've bought something, but I'm just curious. Okay, yep, I got it for a good price. I bought mine for 70 and the cheapest is 90, so bought it at a good time. It's always such a gamble. You never know if it's going to suddenly jack rocket up in price or it's actually going to go lower than what you paid for it, but that's good. It is such a big, cool mount. It's very big. And it looks really cool and detailed in person. Every time I see it, like on the fleet or running around a planet, I'm like just kind of awing at how big it is. In awe of how big it is. And the preview window doesn't quite show the glow that happens on the ends of all these turrets, all these sort of gun nozzles at the front. They sort of glow in sort of a pulse where it kind of goes to red and then sort of quietens down again and back up to sort of an intense red, like it's hot from firing. It's really cool. It's a shame that not all of the effects from some items in the game truly show up in the preview window. Like that hut speeder, I'm pretty sure it doesn't do hut canteen skiff. I don't think it does the you can see the dancer, but it doesn't play music. Or at least, I don't think so, because I've got the sound turned down. So I can't actually tell in the preview, but I can't believe I didn't know that. It's very cool. It just turns off. So I might unlock that one for everybody on my legacy. So let's check out the guild invasion. Okay, working there, working there. It's not too bad. So let's see what's next on the list. Let's see. A lot of these planets have ones that I like, and then a couple that I'm like, not my favorites. Should we do Balmora? Balmora's got a couple of ones. Oh, let's just bust out a Coruscant. There's that one heroic that has a little bit of a slow respawn timer for the mobs, but if you catch it just right, you can get it done pretty quickly. And I do like the rest of them. Classic Coruscant. Let's go to Enemies of the Republic first. I like my system. I know it's not top to bottom in the list, but I like getting some of the easier ones done and out of the way before moving on to the ones that take a little bit. I'll just let them have that mob. Because I'm gonna go do the heroic. Woo. There were a couple of shots from the developer live stream of what looks like a Jedi temple, but with this really sort of eerie light. Quite keen to sort of watch that live stream again. There were some really cool shots of some of that upcoming content. I'm so intrigued by it. I know it's been difficult for the developers to push out content with a lot of voice actors and staff obviously having to work from home. So I don't begrudge SWTOR giving us some fun events in the meanwhile. But I am keen to get back into some of the cool story. And in the meanwhile, I'm working on trying to gear up my main to get back into operations again. Because I miss them. But I know I need to be responsible and work on some better gearing for my girl, because I've been a little bit relaxed on that. You don't need to be the best geared to do well with running dailies and heroics, especially with companions. So I want to make sure that I'm properly up to speed before jumping into some of the more harder content in the game. No death field for you. And done. And I gotta pay a little closer attention to my inventory this time. Okay, I can disassemble those. I don't know what I'm gonna do about my inventory. It's a mess. I probably don't need to keep all these stims, but I hate getting caught out and then I need one. And all my toys. So they recently tweaked this heroic to have these sort of extra mobs. I guess they felt it was too easy, or that you could avoid the mobs by sort of stealthing through. So there's a bunch that just sort of appear around corners. Doesn't really add too much to the difficulty if you can already do this heroic pretty easily, which most of mine can do it comfortably while solo. And they have that sort of slightly annoying habit of just killing most of the mobs inside a heroic instance anyway. I know that Anaria's got a short stealth, so she could probably avoid some mobs, but I don't use it as much as I suppose I could. You're going down, buddy. Talking of cartel market items, I haven't even begun to start sort of shopping some of the awesome new weapons in the game. I often like to get my people set up with a cartel market weapon and a cool color crystal that kind of matches their look when I start playing them. And then I often don't change it. Anaria is one of only a very small handful where I have sort of updated their lightsabers or weapons to something new. But kind of interestingly, Anaria's new lightsabers are actually one of the oldest carton market ones in the game, the old handlebar ones, whose name is like something Conqueror. I never remember because he's like overtuned and overcharged, and I never remember which one it is because I don't pay attention. But I love the strobing effects, and at first I kind of didn't like the handlebars, but because I usually reserve them for just knocking around doing dailies and stories, like I change her outfit completely when I'm doing story. And she goes back to her classic Revan-esque sabers. So I don't see them in cutscenes for sort of permanent story content, but the effect on them is just so fun. And it's kind of special that they haven't really given that effect to many other lightsabers. So she's got the effect of the lightsaber, the strobing, and the electricity from tuning, which kind of makes the whole thing look crazy cool. I think that's pink, isn't it? It's definitely got like more of a pink core than I sometimes remember. They're very pretty. Take these guys out in the back. My main girl here is also the one, oh, where are they going? Come on, you, back here. Is also the one that I collect as many of the titles, emotes, and pets that I can. She has a fair amount of the pets in the game. I know there are some, sadly there are some from some ops that I am missing. I just have a hopeless luck when it comes to winning the roles for dropped items and operations. I ended up having to, after just losing continuously, I went and bought Dread Tooth, the little pet of the GTN, because I never won him in all those times I did the Dread Tooth fight. That's that one done. Cool. I'm gonna go do Trouble Indeed. So Anaria likes to collect the pets. And there's a couple of the old cartel coin card pets I am missing because they were next to impossible to get for international people. Even if you could get somebody in the US to buy the card, they often wouldn't actually activate on your account. So sadly I'm missing a few of those. And I only got one of the Amazon Rancor mini pets before they changed that. But I have all the cartel market ones, the ones that you can buy in the game. I keep some of my favorites on my bar. At the moment I have the little Boctilla pup. And I have the Ganafari, which is just an old school pet, but it matches the Akdog, which is Anaria's main cartel market companion, because it's so cute. I call it my puppy. And my Imperial main character has the Nixu as her main cartel market companion, which is her kitty cat. And the juvenile turtle is one of the new pets that's got a really cool level of detail. Some of the new things in the game. I saw some people thinking, well, theorizing that maybe they were sort of hinting at something in the developer livestream. They were hinting at, you know, things that might be coming up, and some people were wondering whether, because the game is, I mean, we're coming up on the 9th anniversary, but next year will be 10 years, and 10 years in video game life is quite a long time, but pondering whether we might see a slight graphics upgrade to account for what modern computers are capable of compared to 9 to 10 years ago. For us, we've gone through a couple of computer upgrades in that time. So the new gear and the detail in cartel market gear and some of the NPC faces is really quite impressive. So I can only imagine what SWTOR would look like if they took that approach to all the old stuff in the game. It would be really quite neat. Come on, elevator. Come on. Yes. Go. Sneak. I should get one of my pretty pets out. I'll get my turtle. Because he's cute. And I am not a horrible person. I cannot bring myself to kill the cute little turtle in my Rishi stronghold. Even though I'm a little bit bummed that there's an achievement for it, because it means that I'm always going to be missing those achievement points, but I'm not going to kill the cute little turtle. I have not gotten to that secret area out the back of Rishi though, to get the persistent title. I'm afraid I was not that persistent. I am not a very good jumper in this game. I never quite seem to make that jump. Datacrons were not my friend. I'm having a lot of laughs with my daughter on her Twitch channel, Jedi Knight, because for the longest time she has avoided getting the Datacrons. When I was in a progressive ops group, we went through and we got all of the Datacrons that were available in the game at the time to give us that extra edge. And I'm really glad I did it in a group, because some of those were nightmarish. But it means that my daughter has not done very many. She's got the easy to find ones, the ones where you kind of like stumble across them out in the open on a lot of the lower planets. But a lot of the ones, like, ooh, everyone's here, let's go for it. I'm gonna tag them, and we're gonna see if we can pick off these people as fast as we can. So we were having absolutely a riot of giggles with some of the jumping, but at least now that Datacrons are legacy bound, you can do them on the characters that have a few of those sort of added perks. So we were doing it on consulates that have a, oh, and everyone just turned up just as I started killing people. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can get this group. Go, 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 go. So we were taking turns making the jump, and if somebody missed, which was a lot of the time, then we were able to either pull them up as a group member or use our phase walk to restore our spot. But that still ended up in a lot of giggles and a few mistakes. But it was a lot of fun and sort of quite nostalgic to go back and do some of that content that I would have done so many years ago. And some of it came back to me, and others I was like completely lost and having to follow guides online to try and remember how to get to these places, because I think some of those really tricky jumping Datacrons I've like blocked from my memory because they were horrific back in the day. Trying to do them on my Sentinel, so she didn't have a phase walk, she didn't have a pull, And even trying to do them in groups is just, those jumps were so difficult. At the moment, I'm only missing 2 datacrons because, again, jumping. I believe there is one on Miksha I am missing, and one on Ossus. And the Ossus one, I believe, is that cave that gives you the Oud Benar weapon tuning when you complete it. But that one's going to take me a long time because it's in the dark and there's jumping, and it's just the kind of thing that I hate. And I haven't gotten around to doing the other Miksha one. And I know I can't remember the specifics of that one, but it's difficulty level. There is one on Ondra that I only have because my husband was very kind and achieved that for me on my account, because I tried and knew it was never going to work for me. The Indiana Jones Datacron, that was a nightmare. I could get to the end and I could click on the Datacron, but I can't for the life of me get back out in time. Trying to do complicated jumps at speed while stressed is not my thing. So after achieving it on his character, he very, very lovely did it on mine so I could get that Datacron and not feel left out. Our daughter is not up to that point yet. I think we need to get through a few of the easier, air quote, easier Datacrons in the game first. Citizen1138 says, look forward to the day we can manage/swap weapons like other gear in the costume designer interface. Yes, I've got my trooper in particular carries a lot of assault cannons in her inventory, because I used to have like 1 or 2 options for her and then a couple of options for Arik being her main companion, because back in the day he used an assault cannon too. And then when they brought him back in the Quartet Coffee storyline, he no longer uses an assault cannon, so he got changed to using a blaster rifle. So now I've got all these assault cannons that are bound to my commando character, and she can only use 1 at a time. So I kind of want to build a couple of outfits so that she can sort of swap them around. There's kind of 2 that she uses as a main one. I thought I was going to be really lucky with these mobs, and then like a bunch of, oh yes, there we go, we've got them. I'm going to run over here because I know these people were going to show up in a minute. Why is my turtle all sore? Here we go. Oh, and I missed it. I didn't do that well, did I? Oh well. I know some of the other groups are going to show up in a minute. Here we go. Got them. And this is... See, all I needed was 1. I'm going to have to take on this whole mob. Oh well. And that wasn't too long, I guess. I just wish they really, was it Vale and Korik on Drummercast? They really reduced his cooldown. It feels like something like 30 seconds. Like as soon as you've like, I'm saying like a lot. As soon as you've defeated him, it feels like he respawns really quickly. And these guys, they still feel like it takes a long time. And you need like 15 of them. But it's done. I can work on this section. I hate leaving bonuses unfinished. I know that you technically only need like 1 mob to get the key that you need, and then you can just progress and run in here, but it just feels like a waste. And the rest of the heroics is fairly fast, especially compared to some of the other later planet heroics. I probably play with some of the newer weapons if I could swap them in and out more easily. There's so many amazing lightsabers and some really cool blasters and things like that in the game that I've never bothered buying because I can't imagine, I guess, replacing the ones that I'm already using. I'm never quite brave enough to use like one of the tech blades or one of the bladed alternates to a lightsaber. Even though there's some really cool ones in the game, I just can't give up on my lightsabers. They're just too cool. And I tend to play a lot of Twilight into Grutas. So having a sheathed bladed weapon across your back, just, it's all kind of clipping issues that just, that would bug me too much. I like jumping across that gap. Scary but fun. My turtle's hurt. We'll swap to Voptilla Pop. Got the Voptilla here. I love having the matching pets for my mounts, particularly for the beasts. It's so cute having like little baby animals coming with you. And some of them can match your companions. I would love, probably never do it, but I think it would be terribly fun if they gave us a Rancor companion. I know Rancors are big, but considering the size of the Wampa companion and the Nathema Sithspawn or Nathema Vorklaw, I can never remember its name. But he blocks the sun. He is so big, but he's a lot of fun, and I think it would be neat. You know, you don't need to use them all the time, but it would be kind of fun if they gave us a couple of other big companions like that, some of the other classic. Every time I'm running around with my consular who has the Wampa companion, I get asked where it came from because it's not available all the time. I'm going to claim a couple of these things and clean this out. So I'm kind of hoping that the Wampa will be returning to the Cartel Market at Christmas time for Life Day. I think last year it might have been part of a bundle, so you had to sort of buy the whole Life Day bundle to get it, but I think the first time it released was just a direct sale from the Cartel Market, so each one of my family bought one, and I'm very glad I did at the time because it's hard to get. Okay, let's put some of this away. I wonder if they'll ever let us have tabs on our actual inventory, so I can carry all my toys, because golly, as if I didn't have enough already, then I got the overstuffed food sack, meditative satiation, and the food launcher. So I already had a few, and then the Feast of Prosperity gave me another 3 to carry around at all times, because I love my toys. And it's fine for my other characters, because I don't have as many as Anaria does. I think I've only got 1 or 2 people that have all the party bombs, the glowing eyes. She's definitely the only one in my legacy to have all the reusable Jawas. Another thing that I've pondered about unlocking, but then that would be like 5 more toys for everyone on my legacy to undo and carry around, but they're just so much fun. I kind of want to do that at some point. And then I've got like Kick the Hut Ball. I've got that unlocked for everybody, so most of my people that have remembered to pull that down from collections can do that. So I might wrap that one up here because she's done a reasonable amount towards her conquest this week. 305. That's pretty good. I got the Swoop Gang Mayhem event done, which is one of my favorites, and done a couple of some of the nice quick casual ones just to sort of run in the background while I just chat about the awesome news from the developer live stream today. That was a lot of fun. Tried to win one of the awesome giveaways. Unfortunately my luck was not with me today, but nonetheless that was a great stream. Some really cool guests, some really cool tidbits and previews about what's coming up, and I can't wait. So in the meanwhile I'm going to be playing through some of the sort of in-game story with some more of my characters so that I've got a good number all ready to play that new content. I've got a couple that are ready to play. I believe it is Objective Meridian. That's a fun flashpoint. I like the fact that some of these new flashpoints drop decos. I'm all about the decos. So I am very much looking forward to that at the unnamed date in December. I'm hoping it's going to be before Christmas and not like sneaking in there at the end of the year, because it'll be definitely fun to take that sort of holiday time off to get stuck in with as much of the new content as we can fit in, and of course the Life Day event. I'm hoping that starts soon too. So I will wrap it up there. I hope you enjoyed following me along on some of my daily adventures, and hope to catch you on the next stream. May the Force be with you.